Yo YouTube, welcome back, and in this video I'll be upgrading my Intel Pentium G5400 processor to a Core i7-9700. Let's get started. Alright guys, so here is the processor packaging. It's a 9th generation Intel Core i7 processor. It supports the LGA 1151 motherboard socket. Alright, let's see what we have here in the back. So here it says that it has an Intel processor with a thermal solution. There is a 3-year limited warranty for this processor, and it requires a motherboard based on the Intel 300 series chipset with a LGA 1151 socket. And this is the top of the box with the processor in a see-through plastic casing. Alright, so let's get to the unboxing part and let's open this box and see what it has. So this is the cooling fan that goes on top of the processor. It's a new one with thermal paste on the underside. So you don't need to buy separate thermal paste if you are going to install this processor fan. But if you are using the old fan, then you would need thermal paste. Alright, so this is the actual processor, the Core i7-9700. And this is the user installation instruction booklet. And there is this logo where you stick on the computer case. Just going to give you guys a close-up view of the processor itself. Let's open up these installation instructions and see what's inside. And here are the instructions on exactly how to install the processor on the motherboard. Here I have the outer case of the computer removed, and now I'm going to uninstall the cooler. Here I'm turning the push pins counterclockwise. Next I'm going to pull the push pins up. Now that the push pins are out, I should be able to lift the cooler out. It's a little bit challenging to release the last two push pins, so I'm going to have to remove the RAM modules here to make some space here. And next I'm going to remove the power plug for the cooling fan. And there, I've got it released, and the extra space really helped me. And now I can safely remove the cooling fan out. Alright, and now the step is to remove the old processor out, but before doing that, I'm going to clean the thermal paste that is already on it. I'm using paper tissues to remove the thermal paste. You can use a cloth as well. Alright, so here is the processor. It's all clean now, and I'm going to transfer the old processor into this plastic case. I'm going to go ahead and release the retention clip and the bracket. And make sure that your hands are clean before you touch the processor. I'm going to remove the old processor and transfer it over safely into the plastic case. Now the processor can be safely stored long term. So here I have the new processor that I'm going to install next. So when you look closely at your CPU, you'll notice that there's two divots here on it, and that should align with the plastic pieces on the motherboard. So now I'm going to carefully insert the processor into the motherboard socket here. Next I'm going to close the metal bracket here. And I'm going to secure the retention lock here. Next step is to install the cooling fan. I'm going to reuse the existing cooling fan, and I cleaned the old cooling fan thermal compound from it. And I'm going to apply some new thermal compound on the processor. And now I'm going to place the cooling fan on top of it. Next I'm going to install the retention clips. I'm just going to push it slightly. Next, I'm going to turn the retention clips clockwise to lock them. Next, I'm going to install the cooling fan power cable to the motherboard. I'm inserting the RAM modules here. Alright, and this comes to the end of this video. I successfully upgraded my CPU. If you have any questions, please leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next video.